Hey there. I'd like to share with you guys a principle of seven-figure product launches mindset real quick. Now, I know that mindset is not really popular, guys, but this is product launches. And believe me, because you're kind of trying to put something out there into the world that maybe doesn't even exist yet. This is a new course that maybe puts a unique spin on whatever your expertise, your area of expertise is, or it's a new type of product, a new fashion thing that hasn't been really seen out there before, a new type of design. Maybe your software does something unique. Um, Whenever you're trying to do something that's a little bit new out there in the market, um, you really kind of think about you need to kind of think about mindset a little bit more than normal, just because what you're trying to do is out of the ordinary, guys. So trust me, mindset is gonna is gonna make a big impact. It goes back to that thing that Thomas Edison is reputed to have said, right, when he was uh, trying to create the light bulb. Like, light bulbs didn't exist, guys, right? He's inventing a completely new thing that has never been seen, never been done before. And so, of course, everybody's gonna tell him, like, come on, Edison, we've always relied on these lamps, and we put oil and things, and we take fire, and we got a light. And if that's not good enough for you, then you sit in the dark or you go to sleep, man. That's the way it's been for thousands of years. Come on, drop it, this light bulb of yours. Nah, that's never gonna work. That's the kind of rhetoric that you would expect. So, but he's reputed to have said and to have tried like 10,000 different things that apparently didn't work, which is a lot. He had definitely a lot more persistence than the rest of us, all right? Yeah, like he's supposed to have said, like, you know, um, success is 99% perspiration and just 1% inspiration. He definitely had a lot of perspiration, of persistence. But one thing I like about what he said, or is supposed to have said, is, you know, uh, this idea that I have not failed 10,000 times to invent the light bulb. I have just discovered 10,000 ways that will not work. So he's kind of like saying, like, I'm narrowing it down. I'm closer by 10,000 things, because I already know 10,000 things that don't work by now. So, like, there's a smaller existing universe of things left to try, and out of them is the correct one. So, like, I've eliminated most of the possibilities that don't work. So I'm much closer. Like, that comes back to mindset. You only think that way if your mindset is in a certain place. And so what I want for you guys to know is this principle in seven-figure product launches mindset, uh, which I kind of took out of looking at how Fortune 500 companies advertise their products and how small business entrepreneurs advertise their products. It's the Fortune 500 spend a lot of time on advertising, put a lot of effort into it. But smaller entrepreneurs think they can get by just skimping on everything with barely any advertising, barely any time, barely any effort put into it. And so the principle I want you guys to know is this: is you get out of product launches what you put into it. So what you put into it is what you get back. This is something I want you to really be aware of, right? Like, you're not gonna have a super big product launch if you're just skimping along. So if you look at the big Fortune 500 companies, they spend a lot of time, a lot of money doing all kinds of marketing, all kinds of advertising. And in the world where I come from, which is direct response marketing, the big Fortune 500 companies get a bad rap because apparently they spend a lot of money doing brand advertising, which is considered wasteful. Like, just, advertising for feelings and emotions on TV and other expensive media. And that's kind of like the, idiomatic thinking in direct response. Is like, these companies, these Fortune 500 companies, are dumb and silly because they're spending billions on this advertising that is stupid and doesn't really get any results. Like, that's the traditional way of thinking. But when you look at it through this lens of you get out of product launches what you put into it, you look at who has the best selling products on the planet. Is it the small businesses, or is it the Fortune 500 companies? And it's pretty clear by a wide margin, right? That is the Fortune 500. And they are the ones doing this silly, dumb advertising, pouring billions into brand advertising and all kinds of marketing. They are also doing direct response. They are also doing direct mail. They are also doing smart stuff. And they are also doing dumb stuff. So somewhere in between the smart and the dumb, they must know that if they do enough advertising, whether it's dumb or it's smart, they are gonna get some kind of result. So it's this idea, guys, I want you to really ingrain and know this mindset principle that you get out of it what you put into it. Even if some of it is dumb, like out of 100 units of marketing effort, maybe 20 of the marketing you do is gonna be dumb. You know, like some of my own marketing is stupid. Like, you know, I'm not a smart marketer like that. Like, none of us is ever gonna be in a position where like 100% of everything you do is gonna be effective. It goes back to one of the old advertising sayings where some guy quips like, I know 50% of my marketing works and I know the other 50% is useless, but I don't know which 50%, right? Like, if I knew, right, I would stop the 50% that's not working, but I can't tell, so I just do all of them, because I know if I stop, I might stop the thing that's getting me results, and I don't want that, so I just have to keep doing as much of the marketing as I possibly can. And that seems to be a bit closer to what you see with these big Fortune 500 companies in their product marketing. It's like they're gonna do all the marketing, even if some of it is stupid, because at the end of the day, you get out of it what you put into it. And that's a principle to live by and to match with in your product launches. You can also pick up my Solopreneur Profits Bootcamp. The link is in the description.